welcome. I hope you all are doing well and have had a great week. I have been busy gridding my fabric just like last week. I've come a long way though. Last week I had a few rows done and I was saying that I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue the way I was, and I did not. I changed so that I wasn't counting. I'll show you what I was doing. I was counting 8 over and then 2 under for each row. But then I saw some videos of people just putting a line all the way across and just kind of eyeballing and not having to be as exact about it. And so it could go a lot faster. And it has worked out a lot faster. I have finished all of the horizontal lines and I'm halfway through the vertical ones. It's quite a lot. I enjoy looking at it. It's pretty to see it all. So yeah, there's a few more days left of gridding on that. And even though it still has taken a long time, it's tons better than it was before. And it's still, because it's so shiny, because I was concerned about it not looking nice and perfect, because the shiny thread, I can't really tell that it's not perfect, because it just kind of, you see it all anyway. But there you can see that is like, you know, each square is 100 stitches because they're 10 by 10 squares. So this one isn't a full coverage project, but it does have a lot. It's not quite full coverage though. So I will be done with this week, I think, since I think it's just a few more days left on that. So I have been checking my tracking on my floss that is coming from, I ordered it from AliExpress. I can't remember the name of the shop, but once I get it, I was going to show you guys all about that. But I have been a little bit obsessively checking multiple times a day, even though nothing is really going to happen multiple times a day. But I finally, I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, that it is showing up in the US. So I'm hoping that it will be here in less than a week. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm really, really excited because once that's here, then I can start on all of these projects that I've been waiting for a few months to get to. So speaking of getting ready for that, my husband made me a new stand that I had been talking to you guys about. So we finished that. I will turn you guys around and show you the stand in a second, but he also made me a scroll frame. Now I haven't had a scroll frame before. This is my first one, so I don't know how I'll like it or anything like that, but I figured I wanted to try it since these projects are so big. But he made this for me. I can't remember how, he went ahead and used the entire length of the dowel rod that he ordered. I can't remember how big it is. It's 40 something. I wanted it to be at least I think 38 or something like that, because I want this to fit into my other one. This one's skinnier than the other one, but I want the entire project to fit. So it's quite large. I'll show it to you in the stand that he made. So it's got these little things that you can just take off, and then you take the rod, you know how that is. So to make this work for the fabric, what I got was, I ordered this off of Amazon, I think. But you can get on Amazon or 123 Stitch, and there's various places you can get it from. But it is Velcro stuff that you can put onto your, this one's for the rods. So what I'm gonna do is take this and attach it to both of the rods so that I can put the other one, which is for the fabric, as you can see, and you take this one, and I'll just, sometime soon, once I finish gridding this, I'm gonna put this Velcro stuff on. But then you just take this and put it along your fabric, and you have it along the rod. The ones on the rod you just put on once, and then it stays there for, you know, forever, for as long as it will stick properly, I guess. I don't know. But then you put it along the fabric, and you just stick it onto the one you have on the rod, and then it will keep it in place. Because there's different kinds of the rods. There's ones where you can put it into a little groove and put another piece of wood and it'll keep it on there. And then there was ones with like tacks and stuff, and then the ones that you sew onto. But I decided on trying this one. I don't know if I like it or not. It seemed like it was an easier way, and then also because it wouldn't be sewn on, I could take it off if I wanted to, for whatever reason that might be, I don't know, but I could if I wanted to. So yeah, that is all of that. So this is the scroll frame. So now I'll turn you around and I'll show you the stand that he made, and I'll put the scroll frame on there so you can kind of see what the gist of that is. So here is the stand that he made me. You can adjust to make it varying heights, and then adjust here and all that. And move these around to whatever is comfortable. So what you do is, here is the scroll frame on it. So then when I'm sitting, I can, you know, move this in front of me and have the fabric, and then whenever I need to move it around, I can just, sorry, the camera's moving, just move it around however I need. I can turn it over and not have to worry about it, you know, not being attached to the stand. So I'm thinking I'll like that pretty well, but we'll see. He made this little attachment that I can switch this little part out right here and add this onto it, and then use it as a little holder to hold my Q-snap. Like, this will get wider and hold the Q-snap in there. So let me turn you back around so it's not so shaky. So this is the closer view of the interchangeable attachment, and so you just loosen the bolts and then can put the Q-snap or hoop or whatever in here and then close it back down. So I just wanted it to be able to use either thing, so he made that happen. But for these projects, since they're so big, I'm going to be using the scroll frame and just have this if I ever want to put a smaller project on there. So I'm really happy that he was able to make both of these things for me. It ended up saving us some money, which is important, because it was like $85 to $95 depending on where you see them to get a stand like that. And then the frames can cost, as big as this, I think it was like $40 for a similar one of this. But this was a lot cheaper just making it ourselves. He made it. So I'm really thankful for that. And I'm looking forward to using them. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is these little, let me get them, these little floss drops that I made. I don't know if you saw my video about my storage for my floss, but I have it in a little file box, and then they hang down. And so they hang down like on one of these. Don't mind the paper one, but on one of these this was on here, and then I had my thread on the little binder ring. But I was finding it kind of bulky when I would put it all on a ring and have multiple those plastic pieces on top of being next to the thread. I just felt like it was getting too much. And so I got some cardstock that I already had, and I cut it up. You can cut it up however, whatever size you would want. I can't remember if this is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I made a square, and then just hole punched. I made a little hole punch in the top, and then I got, I think it was 0.4. I'll add it up here since I can't remember exactly, but I think it was either 0.4 inch or 1/2 inch. I don't remember. Hole punch for down here. So then I will just do like, I'll eventually take this off once I get the numbers on there, but then I was just gonna do it like this. So then it's like a floss drop, but then I'm also using these to hang onto my little rails in the file box. So I'm thinking that I'll use this to hang in the file box, and then maybe transfer this, just take the tag off when I want to kit up a project. And then I will put the little numbers and symbols in whatever pattern I'm using onto here. I saw, her name is Genevieve Crafts, all the crafting, I don't remember exactly the name, but I'll link it below. But she was talking about, she saw someone using playing cards and made floss drops with them, and I thought that was a good idea because that would be a lot stronger than just this cardstock. But for now, since I've already made all these, I will try these, but I do think that was a good idea with the cards because I feel like that would be fairly inexpensive, and depending on how big you make these, you could get a few out of each card. So I think that was it as far as that. Once all that floss gets here, I'm gonna put them all on these cards and put the numbers and everything in, have them ready for kitting up. So I'm looking at my notes here, make sure, because I feel like I keep forgetting things each time, and so I started writing things down. So that's all of that. The last thing, which is why I wanted to write stuff down, because I've forgotten, I think 2 times now I've forgotten to talk about it. I started at Instagram, which is under the same name as this channel, Obsessive Crafty Dabbler. So if you're interested in following me on there, it'll be a lot of the same stuff, but if you're more of an Instagram user, then maybe that would be something that you would like to see. So I think that's it for today. I am, like I said, really excited. Things are coming to a close with all of the prep and waiting for stuff to get here. When I was gridding and when I saw how small these little squares were, I was a little intimidated. I was like, oh no, what did I get myself into? Because these are going to take forever, and like when I went to the craft store and was talking to the worker there, and she cross stitched as well, she was working on, I think they're Mirabilia patterns, and I'm not sure if they're like, maybe, I don't know how big they are, but she told me the measurements, and in my head I'm thinking that is a lot smaller than what I have, and I have 2 different patterns that are huge. And then I was just like, why did I do this to myself? Because she was saying those took her like 2 years a piece to do, and I'm thinking, these are gonna take me years and years, but we'll see. Just depends on how much you stitch and how fast you are. I don't think I'm very fast, but maybe I have more time to stitch than she does. So that is it, I believe. So next week, hopefully, I will have some stitching, finally. If not, it would definitely be the week after that. I don't think it would take that long to get here when it's already here in the US. So we will see, and you will see whenever that comes, the video comes next time. But thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you would like to see what's coming with the new projects I have ready. So bye for now.